Okay, here we're going to go put a little bit of light coating of Permatex on the back side of this gasket so it doesn't flop around on me. I'm not going to put a lot on. Focus on the bottom side. This strip in the middle is a separation between the gear oil and the timing side, motor oil. Very light coat and do a little bit more on the bottom side. Dowel on the bottom right hand side that fits on, and then the dowel on the case goes in this hole here, which is why it's nice to have a little glue. Alright, let's Alright, gear shift, kick start, new kick start gear, pinion gear, timing, double check, spot on here, turn it, spot on there, don't mess up your gasket. Yeah, I had to change this bolt out that's holding the engine. I almost put the cover on and then I wouldn't be able to take it off the stand that way. I guess I could have disassembled things. No, actually that bolt would not have come out. So I'm glad I caught that. I did remember to tighten up this nut on the kickstart return spring post. There you go. All right. So this should be ready to go on. I think it's all set. We'll see. If we make mistakes, we gotta take it apart again. I think we're good. Nothing fancy. That's it. Now on the outer case, I hope you can see this. Oh, bring it around. On the outer case, some of these holes are recessed and some are not. The ones that aren't are for the outer cover bolts. These are for the inner cover screws. Another one there, that's for the outer cover. That's for the outer cover. This is your clutch lever. Inner. Okay. So see, these are all out from the case the same length. That's correct. This one has a clamp on it. It goes in here to clamp your wire coming from your pickups. You got one short bolt. Goes in this. Oop, I got that wrong, didn't I? I gotta make mistakes on film. Come on out of there. That's funny. There we go. Obviously, this one goes in there. Short one goes here. All right. Notice there's no zip gun being used, no hammer drill. I don't like using drills. I talked about this before. There's too many ways to make mistakes. I'm not in that much of a rush. Excuse me, I'm right-handed. Jump in front of the camera. That's better for me. This is what I'm talking about. I put a shorter bolt in here because otherwise I couldn't get it past this case. This bolt is short enough to make it. Then I would have had to take the whole thing apart again. We can leave this one. Well, I'll leave it snug for the gasket material. All right. We won't tighten it up too much. So we're going to use my impact driver to tighten these up. Hopefully we can do it without damaging too much. Let's see if I can. I'm going to put you on pause here so I can slide this motor up against the wall, clean things up a bit. Okay, I've got that blocked up now. Good enough. Not going crazy on these. If something leaks in the future, we can look at it. No reason to go nuts. Going about a quarter to a half turn. Yeah, more like a quarter. I can do this one a little bit. All right. Don't forget anybody. All right. Double check. Yeah, we're good. We've got 2 more case bolts we're missing down here. We gotta look for those. Where did they go? They weren't in the bag. We'll be back. Okay, I found those 2 lower case bolts. They were in the bag with the outer case cover screws. And I found out that those covers are not interchangeable. So we are, in the interim, I have replaced the Spitfire cover with the original lightning cover that was we showed you the damage that was welded inside. We have gooped that up with some sealant, so I don't think that will leak. The reason we did that is that, remember I said the seal was different on the Spitfire. Well, this whole casting is thicker. So when you go to put in your, this is for the electronic ignition, when you go to put this in, it's a wedge, and it's supposed to wedge into the inside of the timing sprocket. So we had to drop back 10 and punt. We pulled all the screws out, pulled the cover back off. Polishing will not go to waste. That will survive a couple years until I put that engine back together. So I repolished this one. Like I said, I gooped it up real good and put it on. So now I wanted to show you why I couldn't use the Spitfire one. This one has got a new seal. Now we're going to static time this. We're at top dead center. We're going to put this over here so we're in the center of our adjustment holes, and we're looking for this dot to be in this hole. So what do we got? So, and be in the center of the adjustment. So we're pretty close. A little bit more this way. All right, we'll be back. Okay, our timing side is complete. We've got the cover on, everything's torqued up. Kickstart return spring is on with the plate that locks it in. This tie wrap is just holding that from popping back off before I get the outer cover on. Shifter return spring is here with the locking mechanism on top of it. That's really simple. We have this piece here has a ball bearing on the end of it that rides against the clutch push rod, and this is the clutch push rod return spring, and that hooks up and gets pushed through the back of the case like that. That the cable gets hooked to the end of that. You can see the hole, and then this various linkages goes up with it, the cable, and this rubber boot goes over the end of that. Okay, so like I said, that's the timing side done, statically timed. We're going to turn around and start doing the clutch, but I think that's going to be the end of this video, so we'll see you next time down in Dave's Garage.